Hello there everybody, Sam Strains here and welcome back to the model railway news for April. This industry is absolutely on fire at the moment. I mean, I've never had to make 2 news videos in a month just to squeeze it all in, but there we are. Anyway, today's video is going to cover a few more different manufacturers. Obviously last time was just about Hornby. So with that, let's jump in with Accurascale. Now, this time I'm talking about something that I thought I'd covered in the past, but it turns out I hadn't. So I am of course talking about this. This is their newly announced Electrostar, more specifically the Class 377 and 375. This is an EMU which was built over a large number of years, starting from the mid-1990s, and these were and still are used for suburban passenger services around the London area. Now, when Accurascale first announced this model, it wasn't officially going to happen, it was just an expression of interest. But now, as of this month, they have officially announced that the model is going ahead. So we can talk about this in more certain terms now, I suppose. So these packs are going to be 4-car sets, and that goes for both the Class 375 and the 377, and they're available in a number of different liveries, including the Southeastern White. There's the Dark Blue, which gives a very different look, I think. They've also got the Southern Green and White, and quite a few more too. Now, the specs for this model are absolutely amazing. They go above and beyond really what we've seen with previous EMUs. So these are going to have full separately fitted underframe detail, accurate interiors with detail variations to match each class and subclass in terms of the seating. They're going to have functional tight lock or Delna couplings depending on the variant. Many separately fitted details including roof furniture, handrails, even door handles, and so much more actually. They're going to have full lighting as well, including directional lighting and passenger compartment lighting with stay alive capacitors to eliminate any flickering. Mechanically, these sound really good as well. They're going to have die-cast chassis, I think, on all vehicles, so that's quality. They're going to run on 5-pole motors, driving 1 bogie on each of the DMCO, so driving motor composite opens. That's 2 separate drives per 4-car set then, with the cars wired together with custom 10-pin connectors, allowing each set to be controlled by just 1 single decoder. Now, as we're going to see, these sets are extremely expensive, but this feature can save you a lot of money. There are train packs out there like the APT, for example, which require multiple decoders. So you'll need one in the driving car, and if you want control of the lighting, you'll need another decoder in each of the end cars. Not the case with these. You can just fit 1 decoder into these sets and that will do everything. So you're saving yourself, easily 50 quid or possibly more. So the prices start at £499.95 for the DCC ready version, or £100 more at £599.95 for a sound fitted version. And these are available to order now either from Accurascale or from Rails of Sheffield where they're exclusive. So on the one hand, yeah, this is an awful lot of money. We're talking about £125 per car, and of course only 2 of them are driven, so the other 2 I guess are more similar to coaches. On the other hand though, the features promised here sound absolutely amazing. I mean, they're even going to have operating central door locking lights on the sides of the body. So this is a very high-tech and highly detailed EMU, which by the sounds of it has taken a lot of work to put together. So it's expensive, but hopefully it will be worth it. Looking forward to seeing the samples, of course. And if you'd like to pre-order one of these, I'll pop some affiliates down in the description. Next, Accurascale announced a new second run of their Class 31, introducing 6 new variants to their range. These include the Golden Ochre, which I like very much. I've seen one of these, I think it was at the Nene Valley Railway. Really lovely livery this. It was an experiment in increasing the visibility of the diesel fleet because the plainer green livery is kind of blended into the surroundings. More difficult to miss a livery like this. But they've got more traditional liveries as well. They've got very elegant BR greens. They've got this slightly unusual black livery, I suppose, with yellow and maroon accenting. I won't try to pronounce what this livery is called. Another BR blue, of course. They've got a BR Rail Freight grey with the red stripe. What a classic livery that is. Plus the Rail Freight triple grey as well. They do have a new price though of £184.96, up from the previous price of £169.99, so that's an 8 to 9% increase. Pity to see that. Accurascale in the past have managed to bring out second batches at the same price as the first. Sadly, not in this case. So yeah, on the one hand, that's a shame. On the other hand though, they are high-spec models with a lot of features, and still if you compare this with models from another brand, this is still reasonably good value, I would say. So yeah, new Class 31s, new liveries, really cool to see that. Up next, Accurascale have made another brand new announcement, but this time under the Irish Railway Models brand. It's another steam locomotive, which is particularly interesting. And it's this. This is the Great Southern Railway's Class 800 steam locomotive, which in real life was made up of just 3 460 locomotives, built from 1939 for express passenger work, running the line from Dublin to Cork. This new model will include detail variations for all 3 real-life examples, and the features include a die-cast chassis and footplate with full underframe detail including brake rigging, separately fitted details, many of them made of wire and metal where possible. This goes for the buffers, the handrails and the lamp brackets. It's going to have LED lighting in the firebox, as you would expect for a modern locomotive, and mechanically it's going to have a push-together loco-to-tender coupling design, a 5-pole motor with a flywheel. Good to see a 5-pole motor, not a 3-pole, as was the case with the Manners, and also 2 separately fitted speakers for quality sound. So in terms of the specification, this seems to be very much up to Accurascale's usual standards for a steam locomotive. And yet the price is way above and beyond what we've seen before. So it comes in at €340, 49 cents, which works out at about £295. That is £125 more than Accurascale's Manor class cost, despite having about the same features. So what's going on? Well, I would guess that the Irish model railways market is much smaller than the rest of Britain, and so they can expect to sell a lot less of these locomotives than they would, let's say, the Manor class. And so the cost of production has to be spread over fewer model sales, thus increasing the price quite dramatically. And the real kicker is that this produces a bit of a chicken and egg situation. So obviously the low demand has caused the prices to be high, but then the high prices are going to ensure the low demand. For instance, if they cost the same as the Manor, I think I would have bought one just because they're cool and I'd like to own something Irish. But at close to £300, yeah, I just can't justify that. And I wonder how many other people are going to feel the same way. Now, I'm not saying I think the pricing is greedy here, you know, it makes sense, they've got to cover the cost of production somehow, but I do think the price of nearly £300 is prohibitively expensive for most people, at least people like me who live in England. Having said that, for an Irish modeller who doesn't really see many locomotives from their home country produced, this might be a dream come true even at the high price. So yeah, for some, no doubt this is a fantastic announcement, and it makes me wonder what else we're going to see in the future. Up next then, an interesting bit of news from Heljan, which they announced over their social media. They've said that they've managed to work with their factory to negotiate a price reduction on their new Peak locomotives, giving a new RRP of £219 for the DCC ready version or £186 at the retailers. This represents a reduction of over £30 from the original RRP, which used to be £249.95, which would have made the retailer price about £212. Now, right off the bat, this model from Heljan may be absolutely fantastic. I don't know yet, I've not seen it. But I would have had serious reservations about dropping over £200 for this locomotive, just based on the quality of Heljan's locos in the past, and I suspect plenty of others would have felt the same about that. So I have to kind of wonder what's prompted Heljan to do this. You know, maybe they've just randomly decided to negotiate a better price out of the goodness of their hearts, or possibly were pre-order sales low and they've had to reduce the price to make them a little bit more appealing. Well, regardless of why they did it, it is very interesting to know that somebody somewhere was able to just slash over £30 off the price of this thing, which is fascinating to me, isn't it? Does that mean that some of these very expensive models that we see out there perhaps don't quite need to cost as much as they do? And I think they're very wise to do so. You know, if Heljan can still make a profit on these models at £186 each instead of way over 200, then they should do, because then more people will be likely to buy it, and I suppose the expectations of the people that buy the model will be a little bit lower because they've paid less. So it seems like a win-win really, doesn't it? So what I take from this really is, regardless of why this has happened, if we vote with our wallets, if we don't pre-order something that we think is too expensive, then there is a chance that the prices might come down, as has happened here. Speaking of voting with our wallets, the price of Heljan's current peak locomotives has fallen massively at the retailers. So the Class 45 Naught and the 45 1 are now massively discounted to as little as £124.50, which seems much more sensible than the over £200 that they used to cost in some cases. Up next, one of my favourite comeback stories from the past couple of years has been Oxford Rail. They were so quiet for the longest time, and now they are back and fighting harder than ever. This time they've posted a fascinating and insightful update on the production of their new J26, showing the progress at the factory. This is not something we see dreadfully often, but it's something that I absolutely love. I love seeing these models partway through production with some of the bits not fitted yet. It just tells you so much about how these models are made. So here's a great photo showing the loco chassis partly assembled with no motors, and then fully assembled with the motors fitted, and also the tenders as well, which now noticeably have 21-pin sockets. Not sure if they did before. There's also a couple of photos of the base keeper plates with the pickups fitted. Yeah, it must be a lot of work to put these models together. Also, here are the back plates from the cab. Great level of detail on these things. Look at all the gauges picked out and the separate parts. Yeah, they've done a fantastic job, haven't they? And there's another photo with some of the cabs here, fully painted. Yeah, great to see the production going ahead so nicely. It's been so long since the J27s arrived that I feel like I'm really ready for this now. They've made massive improvements to the J26 apparently, so hopefully this will be an even better model. Yeah, glad to see these coming along so well. Next up then, let's talk about some new arrivals. So Heljan's brand new BR Class 02 shunter has now arrived in 00 scale, and I've already done a review of that, so check that out if you want to. Apparently the O scale version is not far behind as well, so if you'd like to see a review of that, please do comment down below. Also, Rapido's new vans have come into stock. That includes the Caledonian 10-ton goods vans, plus their fish and parcels vans are available to order now too. They've also got their new RCH 7-plank wagons available now and ready to go in a huge range of private owner liveries, as you can see, plus more specific Great Northern, LBSC and SECR liveries as well. In contrast, Oxford Rail's new 7-plank wagons are available now too, which are much simpler models, but they are far cheaper at £14.40 each, so virtually half the price of the Rapido wagons. And Oxford say that they are flying through the stock of these models. So once again, it's just lovely to see such reasonably priced models doing so well. Next, Hornby's Flirt is finally out. I know a lot of people have been waiting for this one. Not sure if I personally will cover one of these due to the high price, but if you've got one, what's it like? Was it worth the wait? Is it up to standard? Please do comment down below and let me know. Next, Dapol's O-Gauge J94 is available now in quite a range of liveries. I have reviewed this locomotive as well, so if you want to check out the review, do so. Absolutely incredible model this. Such good quality, loads of detail and features, a cracking job in O-scale. They've also got their new Sentinels in stock now in O-scale. Such gorgeous liveries this time around as well. They're a bit more adventurous, I would say, a bit more colourful. Next, in N-scale, Sonic models have a few new models available. And here they are, these are the van wides. They do look fancy for N-scale, as a lot of Sonic stuff usually does. Yeah, nice detail on these. They also have their N-scale car transporter vans in stock now as well. Seems like a really good time for N-scale modelers. Finally then, let's talk a little bit about Hornby. Now obviously there's been a lot of talk about their TT announcements. I'll talk about those briefly in just a second, but that's not all that's been happening at Hornby. They've also recently posted an update to their HM7000 system on their Engine Shed blog. So this new update is going to allow you to create consists. So now you can group up to 8 locomotives together in a consist to control all of them at once with a single control. So this is going to be really useful if you want to create multiple locomotives in a train, such as a double or a triple header. And it's also going to be useful for things like Hornby's APT. Let's say if you've put 2 sets together and you want to run 2 power cars in a set, you can consist them together and control them much more easily. So that's awesome. Also, this is a software update only, which means you don't need any new hardware to make use of this new feature. So all existing HM7000 decoders will support this. All you have to do is update the app and this feature will be ready to go for you. That's another massive strength of the HM7000 system, of course. Updates can come through over the internet without you needing to invest in any new hardware. It's a real winner, that, isn't it? And finally, let's talk briefly about Hornby's TT announcements. Now, there were so many announcements that I actually decided to do a dedicated video to them. So if you want to see that, I'll pop a link up there. But the essentials are this. We've got a brand new train set with a brand new locomotive, the B4 in it, plus an all-new Terrier locomotive announced. Seems like a really good quality model, plus some 4-wheeled coaches to go with these Terriers in each of the liveries. For now though, I think that is pretty much all of the news I have for you, so thank you so much for tuning in. So exciting to see so many projects going ahead, and of course there's such a variety here that there's probably going to be something for everybody. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. I think I've covered pretty much everything major that's going on at the moment, but if you feel I've missed something that deserved a mention, feel free to comment down below and I'll consider that for next month. For now though, thank you once again so much for watching, and I'll see you again very soon for another video. Alright, cheers folks, you take care.